Imagine holding an apple seed in your hand. You place it into the earth and hope that it will grow into a tree someday and bear fruit. A few weeks later, it has emerged above the soil. The tree is soft and tender. Now, a random horse comes by and gobbles it. You are annoyed about this, so you resort to setting up better tools in order to keep vermin out. Success! You try again and plant another apple tree. The tree is growing well and has reached a height higher than before. That is, until a heavily overcast day arrives and drops a wicked thunderbolt on the tree. Not only does it totally annihilate it, but it also leaves a crater in the ground. You peer into the crater and wonder why. Why did this have to happen? Okay, ever since I've heard the news back in mid-January, I've been wanting to get this commentary discussion video out around that time. It's February now, so let's get down with the details. On January 16, 2018, we announced new eligibility requirements for the YouTube Partner Program. Once the channel reaches 4,000 watch hours in the previous 12 months and 1,000 subscribers, it should be reviewed to join the program. Get more details on the YouTube Creator blog. Alright, now let us go over there to check that out. 2017 marked a tough year for many of you, with several issues affecting our community and the revenue earned from the advertising through the YouTube Partner Program, YPP. Despite those issues, more creators than ever are earning a living on YouTube, with the number of channels making over 6 figures, up over 40% year over year. In 2018, a major focus for everyone at YouTube is protecting our creator ecosystem and ensuring your revenue is more stable. As Susan mentioned in December, we're making changes to address the issues that affected our community in 2017 so we can prevent bad actors from harming the inspiring and original creators around the world who make their living on YouTube. A big part of that effort will be strengthening our requirements for monetization so spammers, impersonators, and other bad actors can't hurt our ecosystem or take advantage of you, while continuing to reward those who make our platform great. Back in April of 2017, we set a YPP eligibility requirement of 10,000 lifetime views. With that threshold provided, more information to determine whether a channel followed our community guidelines or policies, it's been clear over the last few months that we need a higher standard. Starting today, we're changing the eligibility requirement for monetization to 4,000 hours of watch time within the past 12 months and 1,000 subscribers. We've arrived at these new thresholds after thorough analysis and conversations with creators like you. They will allow us to significantly improve our ability to identify creators who contribute positively to the community and help drive more ad revenue to them and away from bad actors. These higher standards will also help us prevent potentially inappropriate videos from monetizing, which can hurt revenue for everyone. On February 20th, 2018, we'll also implement this threshold across existing channels to the platform to allow for a 30-day grace period. On that date, channels with fewer than 1,000 subs or 4,000 watch hours will no longer be able to earn money on YouTube. When they reach 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours, they will automatically be re-evaluated under strict criteria to ensure they comply with our policies. New channels will need to apply, and their application will be evaluated when they hit these milestones. Though these changes will affect a significant number of channels, 99% of those affected were making less than 100 per year in the last year, with 90% earning less than 250 in the last month. Any of the channels who no longer meet this threshold will be paid what they've already earned based on our AdSense policies. After thoughtful consideration, we believe these are necessary compromises to protect our community. Of course, size alone is not enough to determine whether a channel is suitable for monetization, so we'll continue to use signals like community strikes, spam, and other abuse flags to ensure we're protecting our creator community from bad actors. As we continue to protect our platform from abuse, we want to remind all of you to follow YouTube's community guidelines, monetization basics and policies, terms of service, and Google AdSense program policies, as violating any of these may lead to removal from the YouTube Partner Program. While this change will tackle the potential abuse of a large but disparate group of smaller channels, we also know that the bad action of a single large channel can also have an impact on the community and how advertisers view YouTube. We'll be working to schedule conversations with our creators in the months ahead so we can hear your thoughts and ideas and what more we can do to tackle that challenge. One of YouTube's core values is to provide anyone the opportunity to earn money from a thriving channel, and while our policies will evolve over time, our commitment to that value remains. Those of you who want more details around this change or haven't yet reached this new 4,000 or 1,000 subscriber threshold can continue to benefit from our Creator Academy or Help Center and all the resources on the creator site to grow your channels. Even though 2017 was a challenging year, thanks to creators like you, it was full of the moments that made YouTube such a special place. Creators, large and small, established and emerging, transformed their talent and originality into videos that captured over 1 billion people around the world. They made us laugh, taught us about how our world warmed our hearts. We're confident that the steps we're taking today will help protect and grow our inspiring community well into the future. Okay, while there were some valid points made, this move is extremely unfair for small creators who have already met the 10,000 views requirement from last year. They were already evaluated when they met that threshold, so the genuine ones should be grandfathered in. Don't treat us like we're all pesky bots and bad actors that have been adding to YouTube's problem of obscenity and theft. This move makes it very unmotivating for aspiring creators, while the well-established and famous just continue to thrive. This approach to attempt to make YouTube better for advertisers and creators is far too numbers obsessed and not well thought out at all, despite what YouTube claims. What's going to happen in 2019? 10,000 subscribers, 100,000 channel views, and 40,000 watch hours? If we keep allowing YouTube to savagely hike up the threshold numbers or some other standard every year, it's only be a matter of time before you, the large or medium-sized creators, suffers big time from YouTube's annual brutality. Speak up! Don't just drink up everything YouTube tells you to drink. Whether you be small, medium, or large, stand up before matters blow beyond imagination. Sadly, there are a lot of large and medium creators saying things like how they never got paid for years when they first started YouTube. And then there are others saying people need to go back to just doing YouTube for fun and stop worrying about money. You know what's very ironic about this? Back in 2017 when the adpocalypse took place, these same people were complaining heavily about their AdSense revenue loss. Now, as the small creators are about to lose their AdSense entirely, it seems as though they forgot about what it feels like to have your AdSense in danger. Thankfully, not all creators have been annoyed about the smaller creators protesting against this heinous move. Some have been even putting out a lot of videos lately to try and help people reach the thresholds and go beyond them. The problem? There's no guarantee that your channel will grow at a certain pace, especially when your content doesn't revolve around clickbait, viral content, and just general mass appeal videos. I'd really like to know when YouTube pulled the numbers from, with the 90% of those affected were making less than 100 per year in the last year, with 90% earning less than 250 in the last month, because there were several YouTubers that had to remind them that they were actually making a lot more than that, and how pulling them from the YouTube Partner Program would hurt them. Does YouTube seriously think that Google will forever back them if they keep operating at a massive loss? Because it's eventually, quite possibly soon, going to get to the point where they will be forced to cut it off when they realize that it's not worth bearing the burden of a company that they're losing too much off of. Did you see the figures back in 2017 with Adpocalypse? YouTube caused Google and Alphabet to take a hit, but it didn't hit them too hard, thankfully. Now with their plan to can thousands, possibly millions of small creators, YouTube is bound to take more losses. Oh, and let's not forget that after that Aokigahara event took place and caused many to question whether YouTube vets its content properly or not, YouTube made plans to take censorship on its videos even further. They sure are making it harder for the large and small alike to make money. Yay! Again. Did they not already do this during Adpocalypse last year? So you see what I'm getting at with YouTube constantly trying far too hard to kiss up to advertisers every year? Not good! There are lots of examples of where companies have canned brands because they remain unprofitable for far too long. BlackBerry, Microsoft, automotive world, anyone? Now let's discuss affiliate marketing, sponsorships, brand deals, merchandise, Patreon, and PayPal briefly. These are the things that the Helpful Creators have been suggesting to smaller creators as a way to diversify their income. Yes, these are great ways to minimize the impact of losing the ability to make money from the YouTube Partner Program. However, much of them require you to have a moderate to significant amount of internet appeal, especially when it comes down to brand deals, sponsorships, and Patreon. If I must be honest here, I do not like the idea of taking donations or tips or whatever from Patreon or PayPal at all. I'll explain shortly. So, another thing I must touch on before I get closer to concluding this lengthy chat rant discussion video is a growing number of people selling out by resorting to sub for sub. Guys, I know times are hard, but do not resort to this! Not only does it make you look like a low person who sucks, but it's also against YouTube's terms of service. Don't believe me? Go to YouTube Help and type in subscriber counts and read the whole page there. I'll also post a link to this in the description. So yeah, unless you want to be seen as a spam channel or potentially lose hundreds of subscribers, when or if you get caught, refrain from desperate tactics like this. And besides, suppose you end up subscribing to a bearded man that likes to pick his nose and scratch his butt and has the avatar of a beautiful teenage girl. Yeah, think long and hard on that one. Only subscribe to people you have a genuine interest in. Don't go around begging for subscribers to subscribe with the expectation that they will subscribe right back. People like this seriously piss me off. Worse, those that subscribe shortly to see if you'll subscribe or not, and then they soon unsubscribe regardless. Yeah, you know who you are. The same thing can be said for social media in regards to fake, numbers-obsessed whores. Anyways, will I continue to upload videos or what? Yes, I will continue to upload videos that I like. Keyword, videos that I like. With the channel heading towards 16,000 views, those of you that have been brave or curious enough to explore this cryptic part of YouTube over the years should know well by now about the bewildering, wondrous, strange, objectionable content that thrives in this place. If I were to set up a Patreon or PayPal account, I'd be forced to upload what the masses want. From the day the first video was uploaded onto my channel up to now with the most recent one, my channel has always been about uploading what I like or felt like doing. If you happen to like it too, then great. If not, scram! I refuse to change the nature of the channel. With all this said, upload frequency will possibly become much less in the coming weeks or months. Some of you, if you haven't already, might view me as one big, arrogant, narcissistic, money-hungry, bitter, bizarre blowhard, but that's just your opinion. On the other hand, some of you might resonate well with what I'm saying. I'm aware that YouTube isn't a real job. It is a side job that would have much more potential if YouTube would stop treating its creators, especially the small ones, so darn badly. I keep it real in my videos, not fake like a cheap plastic toy from Dollarama. Now I'm GazakaTube and I'm out. So at last, I finally got to get this done, as this has been something I've been wanting to talk about badly. Will it make YouTube change their minds? Probably not, but they claim that they'll be listening to their creators over the coming weeks and months to hear what they have to say about the ongoing problems with YouTube. So, if enough people protest against this, there might be hope. Casey Neistat recently published a video about how he managed to score an interview with Robert Kinkle, the chief business officer at YouTube, to discuss YouTube, and plans to publish this interview on Monday, February 12, 2018, I believe. So this is an excellent example of a large YouTuber using his large channel fame and recognition for the better. You have to speak up and not be afraid to say that you're against YouTube's kiss-up tactics. Now, did you like this video? How do you feel about the 2018 changes to YouTube? Comment, rate, like, subscribe, share, read my blog for information, and visit my Twitter page for my latest tweets. And do not forget to also participate in the polls in the top right corner in the I circle.